What is something that is considered kindness but is just basic human decency? Just being polite to people in general. I've worked in the service industry and the education system, and it never ceases to amaze me how rude people can be. Saying sorry or apologizing when causing inconvenience. Not being a dick to shop workers. Letting people choose if they wish to disclose certain information to others or not. And respecting their decision either way. Do your goddamn job, so other people don't have to do their job plus yours. Yes. Yvette. I am talking to you. You lazy twat. Cleaning up after yourself after eating at a fast food place. Don't leave your bags and trash scattered all over the table. FFS. What is the most unexplainable thing that ever happened to you? It was 4 in the morning. I was lying on the bed and watching a video on YouTube. Suddenly, I felt like someone jump upon the edge of the bed. At first I thought it was one of the cats. But turning my head on the chairs on which they usually slept, I made sure that both of my cats are there. The worst thing was that they were looking exactly at the edge of the bed. Turning around, I saw an imprint there as if someone was sitting there or something small was lying. As soon as I looked at it, it disappeared. That time I fell into a glass door and the only thing that broke was the keys in my pocket. I was walking to my friend's house one summer. Maybe 10 or 11 years old. Anyways, sunny day. Couple clouds, but otherwise it's bright out. Perfect visibility. When a perfectly rectangular shadow comes up from the direction behind me on the ground. Maybe 15 feet by 30 feet in size. Traveling just faster than a car probably would be, and goes over top of me. I'm looking at the shape on the ground as it goes over. And when I do look up to the sky, I don't see anything that could have possibly cast it. Even the clouds were just trailing little wisps. I looked back down and it was going over some houses. And then it was gone forever. So yeah. Weirdest thing was a mystery rectangle shadow. I guess it was a coincidence. But when I was little I used to go outside in the mornings to pet a cat that lived under my home. I used to play with her every day. One night I had a dream that she died, so I woke up distraught. Went out to our usual place. And I called out for her. She never came out and I never saw her again since the dream. Not me but my parents. In the place they used to live in, there was this old couch. My mom sometimes would walk by in the middle of the night and see a silhouette sitting there. She describes it as a man. Sitting down. With a hat on. Just sitting there. She saw it several times but thought nothing of it. Damn, she's brave. LMAO. She never told my dad. Who one day said to her, "It's weird. But sometimes in the middle of the night I think I see a man sitting down on the couch doing nothing." So yeah. They both saw the same man sitting on this couch. And they told each other after they'd both seen it. Weird. I had a living room in my parents' 2-story house that connected to stairs leading to the second floor of the house. You could see completely down the hall on the second floor from the couch in the living room. One time my family went away on vacation. So I had my cousin come over while I house sat for them. I'd been alone in this house for a couple of days now and I just really wanted company. We're sitting on this couch playing Xbox. Or something. The stairs leading to the second floor are almost out of my vision. At the very top of the stairs on the left is a doorway leading to a bathroom and nothing else. We were up pretty late gaming when out of the corner of my eye I saw a gray face lean out and stare at me for a split second. I didn't budge. I just barely noticed it. But as soon as I did, it was gone. I hadn't snapped to look at it. Nor did I say anything. I just continued gaming for about 3 seconds until my cousin said, "Did you just see that?" As soon as our eyes connected we both knew we saw the same thing. The second my cousin said that, I felt my heart sink. It scared the shit out of me to have him pretty much confirm what I saw. But brushed off. I had immediately assumed it was just one of those blurs or darting shadows you get in the corner of your eyes at times. The creepiest part is that it slid out as if it were lying on the floor. Whatever it was, its head was at level with the top of the steps right at the bottom of the bathroom door frame. It just sorta slid out, stared, then slid back. Again. I just saw it from the corner of my eyes. But it appeared to be gray-skinned with black hair from our combined description. We went upstairs and checked the whole bathroom, including the insides of luggage bags in the closet. We never found anything. Edit. To this day I still can't have a door in my house open. I'm afraid I'll be looking down the hall and some gray-skinned creature will just lean half its face out to silently stare at me. And then vanish. To all the people saying it was a raccoon or something. You think exactly like me. Using that as an excuse to go make sure the bathroom is clear. We both knew it was a lie. But we both would have felt safer getting attacked by a raccoon at that point. That's why we checked every single bag in the closet. Whatever it was, we had trapped into the bathroom. It had nowhere to go. Whatever it was, it disappeared without a trace. What do you consider a big waste of money? ISPs that still don't offer unlimited data plans. Designer clothing for children. Everything I buy. I swear I get buyer's remorse about everything I buy the older I get. Laundromats. Cost me $13.50 to wash 3 loads of laundry this morning. Can't wait for my washer to get here. Cable. Once some couple of years ago it was cheaper to bundle internet and TV cable. Now if you unbundle and only want to keep the internet, it's twice as much as it was before. $70 for internet? Or bundle and pay $115 for TV and internet. Lot of baby toys. You spend hundreds on certain flashy, expensive gifts that just sit unused in the corner. And then they play with that knick-knack you picked up from the dollar store all the time. I know it's a bit cliché. But my experience so far is that kids often just want to play with the cardboard box, so to speak. You don't need to spend hundreds on a 1 to 3-year-old in terms of toys and games. What's the worst pizza topping ever? I've mentioned this before, but I once had the displeasure of eating a pizza where they apparently decided to use ketchup instead of the usual marinara sauce. Worst pizza I have ever eaten in my life. Please never do this, people. Just because they are both red doesn't mean you can substitute one for the other. At a company lunch, one jackass insisted on an oyster pizza. No one ate it. This is one of the darkest Reddit threads. This is horrifying. Worked at a pizza restaurant. A customer used to come in every Friday and bring us sealed from the factory so we could use it behind the counter. Baked tofu. Now, I've had baked tofu, but this stuff was different. It was verging on silken. We would put it on there for her, with no cheese, and only a little sauce, and it would make the pizza into a soggy mess. She came back every week for one. Tipped us $5 every time. It didn't even resemble pizza anymore. And it stunk when we cooked it. Like feet. Finally, I can pour my heart out. In Taiwan there are 2 types of pizzas with horrifying toppings. One has rooster balls as a topping. The other one has cilantro, century egg and pig blood cake as toppings. Sour Patch Kids. What popular tourist attraction can you not understand the hype around? The very first Starbucks at Pike Place. It's crowded as fuck. It's just a regular-ass Starbucks. I understand getting a picture standing out front or something. But people actually wait in a super long line when there's another one like 2 blocks away. The mannequin piss in Brussels. It gave me my username. But I understand that people are often very disappointed when seeing it. Apparently the most disappointing point is its size. 24 inches. But honestly, what do people expect when they are to visit something whose name literally is, little boy peeing? There shouldn't be a much of hype about it, but if you ever visit Plymouth Rock, it's literally just a rock. It's not even the whole rock. An impressive rock. Or in the right place. It's been moved several times. It broke. And people used to chip off pieces as souvenirs. The Pilgrims had already landed on Cape Cod at least twice before Plymouth, and the only reason people think this rock had anything to do with them at all is because the great-grandson of some pilgrim said, "See that rock over there? My granddad said that's the rock they got off the boat on." If you're not American, none of the above will mean anything to you. And in fact, if you are American, it's not something you've thought about except at Thanksgiving in grade school. Everyone flocking into the Louvre and directly heading to see the Mona Lisa. Barely stopping to look at anything else before leaving. It's not even the most impressive painting in that corridor. Don't get the hype at all. I spent hours in there and barely scratched the surface of what it has to offer. And this is coming from someone who, admittedly, knowing little to nothing about art. I was dragged round Madame Tussauds as a kid and I still can't understand the appeal. You shuffle round looking at mannequins which look a bit like famous people. The queue always seems to stretch down the street. Hollywood Walk of Fame. I don't really get what's exciting about seeing famous people's names in the ground to begin with. But the street itself is pretty grimy and dirty and full of homeless people and aggressive street vendors.
Subscribe, my brothers.